Imagine if we made a foldable phone, but without the benefits. Sorry, I'm sorry if you're sick of me ranting on foldables, but a little bit of development today, nothing big. This is more of a leak. This is not something confirmed, but given how leaks typically go with Samsung, I think it's real, and I think it may actually end up happening. But either way, I want to just rant a little bit about it just because of how stupid I think it is, but I just wanted to apologize at the beginning if you were sick of this topic. I'm not done talking about it. Let's begin. So basically, Ben Geskin, a friend of ours and a well-known leaker, has reported that a clamshell foldable phone will launch from Samsung next year. This foldable phone is not the way we've seen other foldable phones in the past, where the main selling point is you'll be able to fit a tablet-sized display, except on the lower end, and there's 500 million compromises, and I've talked about those in the past. I'm not here to rant more about the Mate X or the Fold today. You guys know all about that. I'm here to rant about this new clamshell foldable phone design, which for some reason some people think is different, and they're like, oh, well, you see, that's how you do a foldable phone. No. I'm sorry, this is entirely worse, and I'm so amazed that no one else is actually seeing that. Maybe some of you are, but where do I begin with this thing? All right, first of all, it's a 6.7-inch OLED display, so for me, that is strike one. If your whole selling point with foldable technology is that you're able to pocket a tablet-like display into a more mobile-like experience, 6.7 inches is not a tablet-like display, especially in the demo GIF he demonstrated in his tweet. That looks like an average smartphone. That looks like an everyday flagship. A OnePlus 7 Pro has a 6.7-inch display. Next year, we'll also be getting a 6.7-inch iPhone. So the screen real estate you're gaining from this is not anything fancy. It's not anything that is not already achievable by non-foldable smartphones. Also, it has a fairly noticeably sized notch, and I'm not saying that's bad, but I just have to bring this up whenever I hear about Samsung doing this kind of thing because they were famous for, yeah, you know what. So anytime they do that after criticizing other companies for doing it, you betcha I'm gonna bring it up. You're somehow gonna act like we're all okay with it now, or your whole fan base, which used to mock Apple users for the notch, are suddenly okay with the notch. Also, I get that it's a foldable phone and you have to design it differently, but why can't it have a camera hole? Like, I get you had to split the electronics down the middle and you had to have a hinge and you had to make the OLED display warpable, but what does that have to do with the notch at the top of the phone? Can't that part at least look like a Galaxy S10? I don't understand it either, but here's what we know about foldable technology so far between the Galaxy Fold and the Mate X, but you have to remember to take out the tablet benefits when looking at this foldable concept. For one, it's going to be expensive, so you can't just make something foldable and make it a little bit more than an average flagship. It has to be basically twice the price, given neither Samsung or Huawei are known for being companies who charge a lot for their products. They charge very, very fairly for their products. This isn't Apple we're talking about here, which means that if you want the foldable phone, it's likely going to start at double what you're used to paying for a smartphone. And it also means that the screen is going to be far less durable than what we're used to. It can't be made of glass until we have some revolutionary breakthrough in folding technology, but I can tell you just from simple physics, even if you make glass bendable and thinner, anything that you bend back and forth repeatedly over time is going to wear out. It's going to have a crease. It will be noticeable. It's not going to be as durable as whatever technology glass is capable of at the time, especially if that glass doesn't have to flex constantly. It's simple physics. You can't avoid that. You can't make a material that is infinitely bendable without consequences. So you're going to be dealing with a worse display, and if it's anything like the Galaxy Fold, there's a decent chance that you won't be able to use screen protectors, which means if there are scratches that develop, if there are imperfections on the screen, there's no way you can avoid that because, hey, putting a screen protector on the phone may end up breaking it entirely. My question with this clamshell design is that, for one, smartphone-wise, it's not anything different than from what we already have when unfolded, but what's the advantage to just folding your smartphone in half? What does that help with? Is it more portable? But is that a complaint people have? People, the phone goes in your pocket at the end of the day. Whether or not it takes up this much space in your pocket or this much space in your pocket, it's going to be the same weight either way. This is just going to be a slightly thicker, more rectangular shape in your pocket. Plus, now there's an extra process anytime you want to unlock your phone. Right now, we like it to be really fast and simple. You know, hold it up to your face, unlocks with Face ID, boom, you're into the phone, or with with other phones that don't have to keep you on the lock screen and require you to swipe up to go home. You can just jump straight to the home screen, like with Face Unlock on the OnePlus 7 Pro. With this thing now, you're telling me it's gonna have to come out of my pocket, then I have to unfold it, then it has to unlock via biometrics and get to my home screen, slowing everything down, and all for the sake of what exactly? Are your pockets too shallow? Are your pockets not deep enough? Well, instead of paying $2 grand for a phone, how about you just freaking buy some better pants? These things fit in our pockets. Fine, in fact. I could take a bigger phone in my pocket, and I have. I've used smartphones that are bigger than the XS Max. They fit in your pocket. Fine. Just folding them in half so you have the width of 2 phones stuck in your pocket. But hey, now it only takes up this much space. Is that worth it? Is that something people are asking for? This literally makes no sense to me. I don't understand how there could even possibly be a market for it, and also why they're even considering making different types of foldables when they can't even get the regular fold right. I still pre-ordered one back in April, and here we are at the end of June, and they can't even ship that thing correctly. And that one actually has benefits. You guys know my issues with the Galaxy Fold, and I'm already saying the Galaxy Fold at least has some advantages over this stupid thing, which has some kind of springy flash animation when it pops out. At least the Galaxy Fold gives you something somewhat close to a tablet-like experience when unfolded, so I can kind of get the argument. With this, though, I have no idea. You're paying top dollar for a weaker material that's going to have creases, that's going to age poorly, that's going to look like a phone that we've had for years, but it just so happens to close like a flip phone. Maybe that's it. People who like the flip phone so that they can close them up really quick when they're done having a phone call. I'm so angry with that person. Yeah, now I can fold my phone closed, except don't slam the phone too hard. Turns out if you slam it like slightly too quick, the display just won't turn back on again. It will just instantly destroy itself. So I'm sick of hearing people saying like that clamshell design is somehow better. It's not the future, guys. This is not the way to do it. If there is a way to do it, it's closer to the Galaxy Fold or the Mate X, but this ain't it, all right? You're moving in the wrong direction. If Samsung and Huawei are messing around with foldable technology, we all need to tell them right now, colder, colder, colder. That's not the right way. That's not the right way. In my opinion, there is no right way, but if you wanted us to get more excited for foldables, that was not the way to do it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the more clamshell design approach to foldable tech. Is there something I'm missing here? Is there some huge advantage to a phone like this that's going to make it worth the extra money? And can you please stop saying, well, it'll get cheaper over time? No, it's not going to get cheaper over time if you have to invent new types of glass and redesign physics so that you can avoid creases. That kind of technology doesn't just magically appear and make the price drop. If you want the price of a product to drop, you have to start compromising on things and start removing things, i.e. Galaxy S10, Galaxy S10e, iPhone 10, iPhone 10R. You gotta remove and downsize on certain things. If anything, these products have to get worse to get cheaper, and they're already bad. So anyway, let me know what you're thinking by hitting me up over on Twitter or joining our Discord. This is your Apple Shape here. I will see you in the next one.